Hello, Ukudemians. Let's take a look at how we can best use Yukusite. Yukusite is a very simple site where we write articles and we read. Generally, it is just where you share information and get knowledge through reading articles and also writing articles. But in this video, I'm not going to talk about how to write articles. I'm just going to show you guys how you can best use Yukusite. That means I'll just talk about how to that when I want to get articles, where do I go? Then when I also want to uh, follow some Yuko site, where do I go? Then like basically understanding how the application works. So I'm going to be in a rush here. Oh, my alright, it is coming, I think. Alright. So for you to access Udemy, I'll not restore that. So for you to access Yukusite, you have to just put yukudemy.com, and after that you just enter. Remember, this is the address which you use to access Yukusite. So if you enter, let us wait for what will happen. We'll see some very nice page with a lot of things that we need to understand, and I think it's taking long. Alright, fine, it is coming. So this is the first page you go to when you write that address. And this page has, just like the way you see Udemy, it has a navigation bar. A navigation bar always helps you to go to different parts of the system. And you can see again, just like the way we saw when we were looking at how to access and use Udemy, we looked at the left side where we had Udemy. Okay, the other side we had Yukusite anyway. So this means that Udemy as a company has not all sat down and only developed two or just one platform. Udemy Limited has developed a lot of platforms that you can use. So when you're in the other, you can still switch to another. Like here, we can still switch to Udemy. We can also switch to Poem if you want to read poems. Then also Yuku Village if you want a system to be developed for you by Udemy, or if you want to consult the team. Then now here still, when you click on this is the same page. It will bring us this same page. Then there is login and register. We already, by the time I'm talking about this, okay, let me assume that you already have an account with Udemy. So I'm just going to log in because for you to access another platform Udemy has developed, you are supposed to use your Udemy credentials. By credentials, I mean Udemy username and password. The password you created when you were accessing Udemy for the first time. So I'll come back to login and register later. But let us take a look at the page itself. Let me scroll, and as you see, there's openness of Yukusite, then welcome to Yukusite. There is sign in with Udemy, then sign up for Udemy account. Then let me continue scrolling down. You'll see there's some figures. Alright, then also as I continue, you'll find top new articles, then overall top articles, and finally you'll have popular Yuku sites, and then the footer where you can still at least switch to another. So that's okay. But if you've reached the bottom of the page, you can still go up using this small arrow. So you can move to the top of the page. So the page contains a lot of things. And now let us start looking at them one by one. Alright. So before logging in and also registering, you can still read poems. Poems and sites. Sorry. Before logging in as well, you can still read articles in Yukusite. But before we go to reading articles, let us look at what this part is talking about Yukusite, the openness of Yukusite. Udemy Limited develops open platforms. You saw Udemy was open in 3 levels: instructorship, readership, and studentship. This one is also telling us that Yukusite is open in 3 levels. Again, it's articles are not restricted. So you can write any type of article you want, as long as it should not uh, it should not be harassing someone. It should not be causing chaos in the society. So you are allowed to write any article, no restrictions on that. Then also authorship, no one is restricted. You can write articles as long as you have the knowledge to write. So becoming an author in Yukusite, you don't even need to apply with anyone. You just have to create a Yukusite, and it's very simple. Just one click, and you fill in the necessary things, and you are done with your creation of Yukusite, and also you become an author by that. Then readership, just like any other thing, when I say readership is free and open to anyone, then that means these articles have been written for people to read. And so restricting people from reading means we are violating the openness of Yukusite. So let us leave that alone and we go to this other section, which is talking about the growth. The first one, which you are seeing here, 41, this is actually the number of Yukusites. Yukusites are like blogs. So these are different sites within Yukusite. Yukusite has a platform. You can create your own Yukusite, and this Yukusite is actually your own blog. I'm calling it blog, but Udemy doesn't call it blog. I'm calling it blog because I want you to understand. So you're not supposed to say I've created my blog with Udemy. You say I've created a Yukusite. So these are the numbers of Yukusite. This one. Yukusites are 44, and you will see it from down there as we were scrolling. You even saw top new Yukusite. Top Yukusite. Then this is the number of reads. This is actually very sorry. This is the number of articles which are already written by these authors. So this one means there are 41 authors. Then these are number of articles. Then also, since Yukusite was has like two sections, it is combining two, that is poems and articles. That means it would also be necessary to display the number of poems which have already been written. So here the Yukusite has 47 poems. So that means with the same account which you create with Yukusite, with Udemy, if you create a Yukusite, then you can still write poems. We are going to look into that. Then this is actually the total number of reads of article reads, 38.34k total number of article reads. Then this is the total number of poem reads. Straightforward. So let us go to the next section, and that is top new articles. So this platform was designed in a way that when you have written an article and it's still below 2 weeks old, it comes into top new articles. And by default, I think the maximum number is supposed to be 20. So the top new articles, as long as you have written an article and the number here is kind of less than 20, it will come to top new articles automatically. But then if the number is more than 20, then that means you're supposed to compete. It is also ranked just like any other article. So within the top new articles, ranking is done. So that's why you are seeing this other one. Want to make money on Amazon is first, and this other one is fourth, because rankings are done there. It is not dependent on the date or the day or the time you published. No, it is done by ranks. So for your article to appear in the top new articles, it is supposed to, first of all, it's supposed to be less than 2 weeks old. Then the next thing is it is supposed to qualify to be there. Not qualification based on the quality, but it's supposed to qualify based on the number of reads, based on the number of comments, and as well, I think those are the two. Then I think we can now go down. That is how top new articles work actually. Then you go to top overall top articles. The top new articles was actually put there to make you be able to view all the new articles which have been written by different authors. But then overall top articles has both the new articles and the old ones. So this one ranks every article which has ever been published in Yukusite. So the rankings again uh, are done, and this other one becomes fast. Blacks are losing themselves. This is some good article anyway. I've read it and it's too fine. Then also how to set up your your Android phone to access free or cheaper internet using your freedom data. These are all important, very, very important articles, and they were written so early. You can always see the date. Then there's something which I forgot to tell you. This is the article title. Then also it tells you where it came from. This is the site name. This is a Yoko site name, Mathematical Universe. There's also another site name here, Do It the African Way. So it also tells you the date when it was published. So any other thing we are going to look into details when we are now creating our articles actually. But then since we want to read, let me first just show you the homepage. Those are the top new articles. I mean the overall top articles. They sum up to 40. This is the maximum. So you fight. You find that sometimes your article is in top new, but it doesn't appear here. Don't complain because articles are very strong up there. So you're supposed to work hard so that your article can be exposed and you get reads, comments, and it comes to top 40. Alright, there are good titles there which you can choose for yourselves and read. Then down here, there are popular Yukusites. I told you that Yukusites are just like blogs. So these are the popular sites that are writing this, all the articles which you saw up here. You can see, as you can see, there's Do It the African Way, the Mathematical Universe, Do It the African Way, then there was Vince Comfort, a lot of things. The Cogitator, those are heavy and big sites which are already existing. So when you come here, they are also ranked based on the number of articles, the number of reads, the number of followers, and a lot of things. The ranking, I will not tell you the mathematics which is done behind it, but you just know they are ranked based on this, the number of followers, the number of articles, then the number of reads also. Then also what kind of read. If you read while you are unlogged, when you have not logged in, I mean, the weight is little as compared to when you're logged in. So please remember to always log in before you read some article, because for sure you have to appreciate that author, I think. Also, someday you'll create a Yoko site and you'll feel that, because we need, when you log in and you are triggered, you can as well comment, by the way. Commenting is very fine. So don't fear to comment. It is actually, your opinions are very important. So the first site is the Mathematical Universe, then Do It the African Way, the Cogitator, Idea Poll, the rest. You will always read their names. Then this tick, I know you are wondering why this one is the only one having a tick, but when I put my cursor there, you see silver Yukusite. You don't only create Yukusites in Yukusite actually for fun. You each time your Yukusite is growing, you'll have privileges that you will be attached to your Yukusite. So silver Yukusite, as demonstrated here, is actually having a lot of privileges. And the good thing, it has been written, the privileges which Yukusite silver authors have been written by this author. So there is a privilege there which I'll talk about it anyway later. But the one of the privileges is that you can delete comments which you don't like. So in your Yukusite, yeah. So that is okay, I think. You also, but there are other privileges which you are given with that kind of badge. So this is a badge. Next time you'll see him having another badge. These ones have not yet reached that level. They don't yet have that privilege or those privileges, but I think they're about, because I don't think it takes much points. Yeah. So you will always get some weight and you're given that badge. The site gives it automatically. You apply for that and it gives you. So there are very many. Let me scroll down. You can see a lot of sites. A lot. Fine. Then still before logging in, you can read these articles. Let me start with the ones of top new articles. So there is want to make money on Amazon. Of course I want to make money, so let me click on that. I've not logged in. Let me click on that. I'm just showing you that the same thing you could do to any other article here, but I'm going to use this. So you can click on that and you wait for what will happen. The article will be loaded for you. uh, this one will show you always the path where you are. It shows you that this is actually the Yukusite name. Then this is a category in is Yukusite. We are going to talk about categories later. But this is a category. Then this is the article itself, which has been put under or published under this category. But categories in Yukusite, I mean, they are called areas. So each time you hear hairy, just know you're talking about some category. I'm going to talk about areas later. But then also here you'll find that this article was written by Vince Comfort on this date, then posted in online marketing, still under Vince Comfort. So this is confusing, I know. There's Vince Comfort, Vince Comfort. This is the author's name, then this is the Yukusite itself. Then the logo will always appear here. Now you can read this article. If you are planning blah 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 blah, you read that. It is a very good article. So after that, you'll find these things down here. You can always share articles which you like. You can share it on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. This is a Pinto. I'm not sure. I've never used it anyway. Then Messenger. A lot of things you can always share to other people. So this one has 421 shares. If you like it and you really feel that somebody else has to read it, then you have to share. Then if you have something which has touched you or you want to inquire about something, you can comment, but comments are only allowed when you have an account with Udemy. So that's why they are telling you here to sign in with Udemy account to comment. So all these people commented. You see the mathematical, the carbonic from the mathematical universe commented. When you see this from something, means that this person is having a Yukusite. This is an author actually. So it gives the author's name and the site where he writes. Then down here you'll have his comment. Then also if you want to comment under his comment, or that is actually called like, I don't know, but it could be replying to a comment. You just come and click on that arrow. Still, you will have some box there. You'll have some box there and you comment. That is when you're signed in. I'm talking about when you're signed in. We are going to look at that into details next time. But this video is actually to just show us how we can do that. So we have looked at that. I think let us go back to the home page. When you're done reading the article, you just have to come to this Yukusite or this other logo. You click on that, it will take you back to the home page. So let us go back to the home page. Okay, so I think we have learned a lot on how to use Yukusite, read, and also the same thing. I think I left one thing. You could also see what is going on within this site. So this is what we call the mathematical universe, and this is do it the African way. I think I'm going to choose the second one because I know. All right, fine. I'm going to show you this and that because the first one is always, I think, okay. You have to know what is happening there, then in that order. But then before showing that, I want to show you how this one appears. So let me use the do it the African way. The name is so good, do it the African way. I know after hearing that, after seeing do it the African way, what do you think? For me, I think that what articles are written under this Yukusite. So as you can see, he has 70 followers. Then also he has 9 articles. Then this is his number of reads. This is the logo of the Yukusite, his site. Then this is his profile picture, which is picked from Udemy. Then this is actually his site. So clicking this will take you to his Yukusite. So let me now leave the entire Yukusite and just single out one Yukusite. So you just have to click on the name. Remember, don't click on this, just click on the name. When the sign changes to that hand, that's when you know that it is a link. So you can now change. So when I click on it, let us see how a site looks like. Alright, when you click on it, you'll find is in Yukusite. This site was created in Yukusite, and this is its name. Then you'll find the logo which we are talking about is here. Then you'll see now the description. The way Africans do things has changed drastically. What Africans lacked previously is education, and when education is lacking, people's mindset is low. I don't want to continue, but I think that one gives you some picture already of what happens in this Yuko site. So let us first come down here. Still, this one you already know. That is the site name. Then this will show you the categories which we call areas actually in Yukusite. So this one is showing, this part will show you all the categories which are under Yukusite. So this is how it works. That when you have created a Yukusite, you can have different domains of knowledge within yourself. So you can decide to write different things, but then you can't mix them within the same category or the same Yukusite without showing people clearly that it is categorized under this. That's why he has decided to bring categories. There's music arena, then there is Africa's love, there is geographia, there is musical lyrics. That word I don't know. Then behind your business. Then this one has one article, this one, this one two, a lot. Then each area actually has a description. That is, this area contains articles that help artists grow their music business, and to help them not to get cheated by the TVs and radio stations. So every category will have a description. You make sure you read them. Then this one has 5 articles. I think I'm going to go to this. So when you now go to some category which has some article, you can now, if you want to know the articles which are under it, you can just go to area. So this one will take you inside the area. Remember, we have singled out. You can see from the path here. We are still in Yukusite, right? This is the address we entered, yukusite.yukudemi.com. But now we have gone straight to Chris Park. So we are in Chris Park's Yukusite. So this is the path which I'm going to talk about it later anyway. But this one shows that we are not now generally in Yukusite, but we have singled out a Yukusite or a site that we are following. And this site has very many categories. But then we want to read articles within this Africa as a Love. So it was very brief that this area contains great articles. Try, open it. So I think I want to try it. There are 5. All right. Let me click on that. Fine. We are in now this area or this category which is called Africa as a Love. So Africa as a Love contains a lot, and these are the articles under it. Is Africa ignorant or stupid? Umbu girl child? What about boy child? Blacks are losing themselves. This thing called bleaching, and blacks are losing them. I remember we saw this was topping actually the list of overall top articles. So from here, you can still read. So here now you come to read the article. Done. If you want to read this, I just go to read the article. Oh, I think you are waiting so much for me to read it, but let me also read it. So blacks are losing themselves. What started as a joke is now very serious. It's pressing to see an African who promotes white supremacy ignorant. Ignorantly. I'm very poor in reading, but this should not affect your reading. The truth is that we are displaying both vincible and invincible ignorance when we forget that what belongs to us should be controlled by us. Oh my God. I think I need to read this article. I read it anyway. It is too good. So I'll not waste time reading that, because I think you always been saying I think I can read this. Yeah. So you see, we are in Do It the African Way, Africa as a Love, which is a category. Then this is the article. If I want to go back to the category, I just click Africa as a Love. If I want to go back to the site, I go to Do It the African Way. If I want to go back to the entire Yukusite homepage, I click on this. I'm going back to the homepage. Now let me wait for what is happening. We are back to the home page. So from the home page, I think I told that I was going to show you both, but I think this one I'm just going to click once such that you see how they are related, how this can look the same as this. So let me use the mathematical universe. That name is okay. Mathematical universe. So that is the logo and this is the writer. Ah, I think I like that profile pic. Then he is greeting, hello Yukudemians. Oh my god. I know you have come across this name, Yukudemian, and you have been asking, who is a Yukudemian? You can as well define it by the Yukudemi is very open, so you are still open also to define your to have your own definition of a Yukudemian. But mine is actually someone who loves to learn and who loves to learn from others and teach others using Udemy platform. I think my definition is very clear. You can also define your own because it is very open. I don't think you can have a different definition which is so okay like something which is so much deviating from learning and teaching. But then the teaching should be happening in Udemy using their products. Yukusite, Udemy, Poem, and others which are yet to come. So he writes about those. Still, that is a description. That is his site description. It is quite long. You can read. Then still he has areas just like the other one, and the rest of the things are the same. So don't get confused that things are not working out. Oh, I'm going back to Yukusite, but I think let us now go back for the final. Let us visit the homepage again, and you see that we left two things, that is sign in with Udemy and sign up for Udemy account. Login, register is just the same. Actually, sign in with Udemy is the same as login. Then register is the same as sign up for Udemy account. Alright, thank you so much for your time. I guess we are going to look at signing in with Udemy and sign up for Udemy account in the next video. Thank you. And as well now logging in, actually when we are now logged in, and now we try to look at what is inside, because this we are still outside, we can't still comment and we have not followed any Yuko site. That's why we are seeing random sites and also random articles. So thank you so much. I think we meet again in the next video.